What's going on, everyone? It's your boy JT and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Signings. The series, of course, we go through everything happening in and around the world of Leeds United, and we have a little talk about it. And today is a day of celebration, rejuvenation, and great vibes if you are a Leeds United fan. So get your drink, whatever it may be, beer, whiskey, wine, maybe a nice yerba mate, have a little sip, and get ready to celebrate as we rejoice in some great transfer news for Leeds United. Let's get straight into the action where Soloman is on the lips of everybody around Leeds United, and he begins his Leeds United medical. Tottenham winger Soloman is undergoing his medical with Leeds United ahead of a loan move over to Ellen Road. The transfer specialist reported on via X on Saturday, that being Fabrizio Romano, that the attacker is completing his medical test with Daniel Farke's side before making the season-long switch to the Championship club. Soloman has rejected offers from Getafe already this summer, and his priority was to remain in England when he left Spurs before the August 30th deadline, with the deal eventually being struck with the Whites. Will Soloman exit Tottenham amidst Leeds United rumours? Whilst this deal is not done and dusted yet, it is pretty much confirmed that he will be making this switch for the season. Now, that is not the end of the saga, though. There is questions as to whether he will become a temporary deal or stay a temporary deal or become a permanent. But apparently, as of this morning, it is being reported by David Ornstein that Leeds United will not have any option to make Soloman's temporary deal permanent, according to, as I said, David Ornstein. The Athletic journalist reported via the outlet's website on the 24th of August that the 24-year-old attacker's proposed switch to Ellen Road will be a straight loan move. The 25-year-old is set for a White's medical on the same day as he looks to become the sixth summer signing at Ellen Road, following Larhi Ramazani's purchase from Almira. Now, how do you feel about that one, guys? Do you feel like this is a bad thing for Leeds United? Personally, I think the most imperative thing is us getting out of this league, and if we do, then we can worry about who we bring in, then we can worry about the squad investment, because I think we are in a dire position where getting out is absolutely imperative this year, and if we don't get out of this league this year, then we could be in serious trouble, in my opinion, in terms of financial risks, in terms of the state that the club could be in terms of the ownership. So I think the most important thing is just getting out of the league. So I'm not too mad at the fact that this is a proposed loan deal, and also things are very much subject to change, in my opinion. We saw with the Roden thing, it wasn't exactly an obligation to buy, but we ended up staying in the Championship. We ended up signing him and then giving Archie Gray the other way. If we did get promoted and we had enough money to spend and we really liked Soloman, I'm pretty sure we could make a proposing enough or tempting enough deal for Tottenham to take him off our hands. So I don't see this being too much of a negative impact, the fact that there is no option/obligation to buy. But please let me know what you guys think about that one down in the comment section down below. But he is having his medical right now, and as things stand, they are all going Gucci like the flip-flop, and we'll be back to update you when he does finally get that beautiful picture in that Leeds United kit. Now, in other news, Leeds United miss out on attacking signing after multiple bids were tabled, as the transfer is confirmed. This one we all knew was coming, and it was, of course, Jonathan Rowe's move over to Marseille, which was just confirmed as official, and he actually came out and apologized to Norwich for the way that he conducted himself in that move that was going on. And now there are some other stories around Soloman as well, just to quickly dip into those. And it is just basically saying that the Leeds board are finally pulling their finger out and deciding to get some moves done, which is good. Now, speaking of going from good to great, we're going to be looking at Maxwell Aarons, and I had a few people yesterday, including Mr. Joe Wayman himself, trying to throw some dampers onto the news of Max Aarons signing for Leeds United, saying, oh, it's rubbish, is it, mate, is it? Well, let me tell you something, mate, it is coming thick and fast. There are more stories emerging around Maxwell Aarons, and apparently, Leeds United are ready to table a bid for Max Aarons. That is right. After picking up their first win over Sheffield Wednesday with goals from Brendan Aronson and Dan James, Actually, I have to say, also a very impressive performance from Jayden Bogle in that game. His best game for Leeds United. Ironically, Leeds United are not slowing down in the transfer market. We saw Daniel Farke come out yesterday and say, hey, listen, sunshine, don't you worry, transfers will still be coming. I know we won, but we're still going to be making some big moves. And he said it with a little smirk on his face, as if he had some stuff cooked up. One of them being Soloman, and potentially one of them being his good old friend Max Aarons, who he has a great working relationship with. The 24-year-old Soloman has already undergone a medical with the Yorkshire club and was keen to work with his... Sorry, no, I'm talking about, not talking about Soloman. I'm talking about last season with Aarons. This is what it's talking about. He had undergone a medical. Obviously, he was swiped away at the last second. And since moving to Bournemouth, as we spoke about yesterday, things haven't really worked out for Max Aarons in terms of game time. But a lot of that is due to injuries and other things. But the move for Leeds United, obviously with Farke, makes a lot of sense. And it is something that Leeds are apparently moving in for. Now, the exact price range of what we would be willing to pay, we don't know yet. I would probably predict it would be anywhere from the £5 million, kind of level. But I think it would also probably be a loan with potentially obligation to buy or something like that after. Obviously, he did make that £12 million switch last season. But Iraola, the manager of Bournemouth, who Leeds were close to getting ourselves, has come out speaking on the issue. He was quizzed about this the other day, and he came out and said, for me, I would say that the news surrounding his transfer is very much affected by the injuries. He didn't have a lot of injuries. He had 2 muscle injuries, but the recovery was very, very long for both. In the end, he missed nearly half the season. I think he started very well, but then he had these 2 injuries and also Adam Smith's performances. I think Adam Smith in the past season performed amazingly, so it was not easy even when he recovered in the end to regain his position. But he has come in and done a complete preseason. Now he is fully fit and ready to challenge like the others. But is that going to be enough for Max Aarons? Is he going to want to come off the back of a long injury spell and trying to be competing for his place, or is he going to want some guaranteed game time to get some minutes back under his belt and to get himself back firing on all cylinders, because he is still very young and there is still a lot of time left in his career, and this is a very imperative part of his career in terms of player development and growth. So is he going to run a loan spell down to a league under a manager that he trusts, a manager that he has a phenomenal working relationship with, who could get a lot of growth out of him? It's a very, very interesting one. And the way you're seeing Iraola speak here, he's not ruling anything out. He's not saying, yeah, this is rubbish, it's just because of injuries. He's saying, listen, mate, there's a big chance here. He's got to fight for his place. He's not our first starting right back, even though we signed him for a lot of money. He's kind of been pushed out of the side, and a move could be very tempting for him. Now, another move that Leeds United are potentially looking at that has come out of nowhere today is Mr. Ilias Chair. That's right, the man who ironically sat Leeds United midfielders down last season when QPR smacked us. I mean, I remember joking around about how we got sat down by a guy called Chair. Could now potentially be moving over to Leeds United. A lot of us are not really fulfilled with just bringing in Joe Rothwell after losing Kamara in the summer. Could be looking for another midfield replacement, and Mr. Ilias Chair is someone who is coming into the last year of his contract at QPR, and Leeds are reportedly ready to test their resolve to keep hold of him. If he does not sign a new contract throughout the year, this window will be QPR's final opportunity to cash in on him, which is most likely what is going to happen. I don't see him. I mean, listen, he could make a last-ditch signing, but the state that QPR are in, and this isn't just coming from me, it's coming from a lot of fans of the club, I don't think that they will get that deal struck, so I think they will be looking to offload him in the coming few days. Leeds are now in for him. Leeds have apparently showed a bit of interest over the past couple of weeks, but nothing too solid as of yet. This is something that's kind of coming out of nowhere, but a lot of Leeds' deals have kind of come out of nowhere at times, and that seems to be how the 49ers operate. So maybe they've been keeping tabs on Chair for a very long time, and they have been waiting for the correct time to sit down on this deal. But let me know what you guys think anyway about all these moves. Man or Soloman, are you fulfilled with that? Do you still think we should be going in for Roman Salai? Would you like both of them? Do you think that maybe if we go in for Romance Light and Soloman, that it could be Nonto's days numbered at the club. Please let me know what you guys think about that one. Of course, Mr. Maximilian Aarons, whatever his name is, he's Max Aarons. Let me know what you guys think about that one. Are you happy? Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think it's all Fugazi, smoke and mirrors? Because obviously we do need backup in that position, and it would be one hell of a piece of backup that we could get in Mr. Max Aarons. But do you think it's a bit Fugazi, or do you see some truth in it? And Ilias Chair, please let me know what you guys think about that one down in the comment section down below. For now, guys, though, I will see you very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.